When Brandy finds that she is the only one among her friends who is still a virgin, she makes a to-do list of things that she needs to achieve before she starts college. She goes on a roller coaster ride as she discovers what it is like to have all the boys' attention and be labeled as a slut while she discovers herself. The movie begins during the graduation ceremony of Brandy Clark. Brandy is called up on the stage to give her valedictorian speech. However, just as she starts, she is interrupted by someone in the crowd who calls her a virgin. The principal then tells Brandy to sit down and concludes the rest of the ceremony. Afterwards, Brandy's lab partner, Cameron, says hi to her before her friends take her away. Brandy, along with her friends Fiona and Wendy, head towards an all-night graduation party, while she goes over the college to-do list. Just then, Brandy notices that Fiona has missed a turn and turns to point it out. Both of her friends ignore her, and it turns out that they were planning on attending a college party. At first, she does not want to drink because that would be breaking the law, and she thinks it is hypocritical since her father is a judge. However, this is when Brandy notices a boy named Rusty Waters singing. She is immediately attracted to him and decides to stay at the party. Soon, Brandy finds herself upside down on a beer keg. Her friends encourage her to drink more, and when she is thoroughly drunk, they take her to a room and put her to bed. Down in the living room, a girl invites Rusty Waters to her bedroom and asks him to chase her. Meanwhile, Brandy continues to talk to herself when Rusty comes inside the room and starts taking his shirt off. He doesn't turn the lights on and grabs Brandy before kissing her. Brandy doesn't break off the kiss and continues kissing him. Just then, Rusty realizes something is wrong and turns the lights on. He is shocked to find Brandy and rushes out of the room. Sometime later, Brandy finds herself throwing up in the toilet and telling her friends about the kiss. Fiona tells Brandy that she had made a mistake by not losing her virginity to Rusty. When Brandy sees Wendy agreeing with Fiona, she starts regretting everything and passes out. The next morning, Brandy goes to the pool where she is going to start working as a lifeguard. She notices the dirty poop in the closed sign as she walks in. Then, she goes into the staff cabin, where she finds a shirtless Rusty. Brandy realizes that she will be working alongside Rusty during the summer and gets excited about her job. After Rusty apologizes to her for kissing her unexpectedly, he introduces her to the pool manager, who is passed out after a weekend full of partying. She wakes the manager up and reminds him that they have to open the pool. Instead of introducing himself, the manager, Willie, makes Brandy clean the dirty pool alone. Later that evening, she returns home and asks her mother when she lost her virginity. Her father is quick to shut down the topic and tells Brandy that she can lose it after she gets married. That night, Brandy's sister, Amber, tells her that she needs to lose her virginity before college and be open to sexual experiences. Brandy decides that she is going to make a new to-do list. She spends the whole night listing down several sexual acts that she wants to do. In the morning, she visits her friends at their part-time job and announces that she has decided to lose her virginity to Rusty. Her friends go over the list and encourage her to go ahead with everything she has planned to do before college. After that, she goes back to the pool, which is surrounded by children who are demanding that she open it for them. Hearing the children, Willie tells Brandy that the neighborhood treats them like a summer daycare, leaving them responsible for them. With the pool now open to the public, Brandy sees this as her chance to seduce Rusty and tries to act cool. However, everyone is bent on humiliating her and the children push her in the pool. Once she gets out, Willie pushes her back inside. Rusty pretends to help her and pulls Brandy out of the pool before pushing her back in. Everyone continues pulling pranks on her, like replacing her sunscreen with mayonnaise. One day, the children point out that someone has pooped in the pool. Brandy assumes that this is another one of their pranks and jumps into the pool. She picks up the poop and asks Willie what type of chocolate he had decided to use before biting into it. To her horror, she discovers that it was not a prank and she had really bitten into poop. Embarrassed, she rushes towards the toilets. At the end of her shift, Willie makes Brandy clean both the girls' and boys' locker rooms before she can go home. As a prank, Brandy pushes Willie into the pool. He shouts that he cannot breathe, but Brandy does not believe her and heads towards the pool gates. When Willie sinks to the bottom of the pool, she jumps in to save him. Brandy tells him that she is going to inform the pool owner that he does not know how to swim, but Willie begs her not to. He proposes that she can teach him how to swim and agrees to pay her as well. Later, Brandy goes to another party hosted by Cameron and his friend, Duffy. On their way there, Fiona asks Brandy if she actually plans on completing her list. Brandy tells her that she is planning on getting fingered at the party. She does not tell her friends that she is nervous and heads to the kitchen to grab a beer. This is when Cameron joins her in the kitchen as well and tries to talk to her. Seeing this as her chance to cross one thing off her to-do list, Brandy drags him to a room and starts kissing him. The next morning, Fiona and Wendy join Brandy at the pool as she crosses one item off her list. Her friends ask her what her experience was like, but she tells them that it was underwhelming and she did not get to finish. This makes her realize that most women can't finish on their own and they need to masturbate. She adds masturbation to her list as well and goes back home to masturbate so that she can cross it off her list as well. In the middle of this, Cameron calls her and asks her out on a date. The next day, Fiona and Wendy help Brandy get dressed for her date and tell her that the safest thing that she can do at the movie theater is give a hand job to Cameron. She agrees and attempts to give Cameron a hand job but freaks out when she discovers that he is not circumcised, but still manages to finish him off. In the morning, Brandy notices Rusty checking out an older woman wearing a skimpy bikini. She realizes that he might be into women who show skin and decides to take off her one piece and exchange it for a bikini that she finds in the lost and found box. She then gets in the pool in front of Rusty, but her bikini top comes off. Everyone starts making fun of her small breasts, but Brandy does not get embarrassed and walks out of the pool without her bikini top. Once the pool closes for the day, Brandy teaches Willie how to swim. As she finishes up the lesson, Willie tells her that she is too uptight and she needs to stop trying to control everything and everyone around her. The next morning during her shift at the pool, Brandy goes through women's magazines with her friends and finds that drinking pineapple juice makes semen taste sweeter. During this, she notices Rusty looking at her and talking to another lifeguard, Derek. She sends one of the kids to Rusty to eavesdrop on his conversation and tell her what he is talking about. Meanwhile, Rusty gets one of the kids to eavesdrop on Brandy and her friend's conversation. After some time, the children report back and tell Brandy that Rusty and his band are going to be playing a gig at a bar. While the other child tells Rusty and Derek that Brandy will give them a blowjob if they drink pineapple juice. While Brandy is busy talking to Wendy and Fiona, making plans to attend the gig, Cameron asks her out on a date. Distracted, she agrees and he tells her that he will pick her up at 8 on the weekend. That day, Brandy steals her sister's bras to make her breasts look bigger. Then, during the weekend, the three girls end up at the bar and wait for Rusty to perform. After waiting for some time, Brandy notices that Rusty still hasn't gone up on stage and is missing from the bar. She decides to go up on the stage and asks the lead singer where Rusty is. He does not answer her question but invites her up on the stage. Brandy starts dancing just as her friends join her on the stage as well. Sometime later, the group finds themselves at the pool where each girl gets busy making out with different members of the band. Brandy finds herself in the locker room where she gives the lead singer a blowjob. However, the noise that they had been creating outside wakes Willie up. He comes out of the staff cabin and kicks the band out. On the other hand, Cameron goes to Brandy's house where her parents tell him that she is out. He realizes that she must have forgotten about their date, but her father feels bad for him and invites him to wait in her room. As he goes into her room, he finds her journal and begins reading it. This is when he comes across the list and realizes what Brandy is trying to achieve with him. Back at the pool, Willie tells the girls that he sleeps at the pool because he is homeless. He then threatens to call Brandy's parents but tells the girls that he is not serious and sends them home. When Brandy reaches home, Cameron confronts her and leaves her house upset. In the morning, Brandy tells her friends about Cameron while Cameron tells Duffy about Brandy's list. Duffy sees this as his chance and invites Brandy over to his house once Cameron leaves and dry humps her. The next day, Duffy tells Derek about Brandy's list, and he starts getting ideas as well. He invites Brandy to his house and when she shows up, he tries going down on her. Then, Brandy goes home and crosses out things from her list. At that moment, her friends show up to watch a movie with her. Fiona asks Brandy if she can go out with Cameron since she has told them that she doesn't like Cameron. Brandy does not like the idea, but all of a sudden, Wendy notices Duffy's name on her list and calls her out for being hypocritical. Upset, both of her friends leave her house and call her a slut for sleeping her way through all the boys. At work the next day, Willie and Brandy find the pool vandalized. Willie tells her that the private country club next to them trashes the pool every year. Brandy tells him that he needs to get back at them and makes a plan. At night, Rusty, Willie, Cameron, and Brandy go to the country club and fill the pool with foam and graffiti all over the walls. They get in the pool where Brandy ends up kissing Rusty before they are interrupted by Willie. The next morning, the owner of the country club confronts Willie and tells him that he knows it was him who vandalized his club because Brandy had left her bra behind. He proposes that the only way he is going to let it go is if Willie fires Brandy and writes a formal apology letter for him. To Brandy's surprise, Willie agrees to the terms and fires her. When she gets home, she realizes that she needs to take control of her life and decides to call Rusty and ask him out. He picks her up and the two of them finally end up having intercourse, but she is left disappointed when Rusty does not last longer than a minute. At this moment, she looks up and makes eye contact with her father, who had parked his car next to Rusty's and was having intercourse with her mother. Horrified, Brandy asks Rusty to take her home. Just as she is getting out of his van, Cameron attacks Rusty and starts cursing at him for sleeping with Brandy. She manages to pull the two of them apart and apologizes to Cameron for treating him badly. She then realizes that sex is not all that it is hyped up to be and that she misses her friends. She goes to Wendy's house and makes up with her friends. A few months later, Brandy makes it to college, where Cameron surprises her. They decide that they don't have to be together to have intercourse. The movie ends with the two of them copulating and Brandy ticking the last thing on her list, which was having an orgasm. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and turn on the notifications to help the channel out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.